Alright, true story about a long time ago. We see, one time I ended up in a restaurant that sells any other foods, and it turns out it got me sick. So now the year it's 2019, and I just competed fourth grade as in elementary school or something. Anyway, here's how it all happened. When I was a kid back in 2019, I was even a more known moron, stupid kid of all that. It's because if I don't, it's because the reason is because it's not realizing thing without any of confirmation about. Like if I would have been done. So I got picked up by my parents and I grabbed a pizza for lunch, you know, and then we ended up in far away. We had to do some errands. And then one day after that, so this is why it doesn't. Like if I wasn't even done, like just imagine if you brought a just imagine if you went to school for a lunch and then you ended up bringing the lunch. Like, just imagine if it's the last day of school and you bring your lunch and your parents come to pick you up and then you bring the lunch to home with you. That would have been unfair. It was inspired by me. So one time we were at Austin. We were in Austin. So I went to Austin with my mom and dad and my brother, and then we ended up in all the other places. We passed by this building. Like I was even there. Like if I would have I was like, dude, what the hell does that even mean? If I don't even know. So anyway, I ended up in the place's restaurant if I ever does. The one thing I ever entered is something, but it's not McDonald's, it's not Subway, it's not Burger King, it's not the Chinese restaurant, and not everything. It was the one and only Gordon Ramsay. Wait, hold on. Gordon Ramsay isn't a restaurant, he's just a real person. Sorry about that. It was Golden Corral. So if you don't know, it's actually a restaurant that I used to go there a long time. But then it ended up getting me sick a lot. So anyway, here's how it is. We stopped at Golden Corral, and then one day I decided we ended up getting the check. We buy some food, but I decided to have pizza. But I don't know about that. Like, just would imagine if one viral video where a guy who puts a napkin on the pizza and then someone, put the napkin on the pizza to get the grease off. Like, if I would have done this like that, I would have rather think. Like, if I ordered a pizza and I'll make a short video, I would go, hey everyone, today's video, I'm going to put the pizza on the napkin so I can get the grease off. This would be viral. Like, if I made a video where I ordered a pizza and then I have to use the napkin to get to put it on the pizza to get the grease off, and then I would have so many views. Anyway, so I'm at Golden Corral. I brought some pizza and some other vegetables. But then after I'm done eating, I ended up having dessert, cookies and chocolate or something. Anyway, so after that, I ended up starting the worst problem. I ended up getting sick because of the Golden Corral. Like, like that. So if you don't know, my birthday is coming on August 8th, and I'm turning 16 years old. Like, if I would have gone to Golden Corral myself, I would never ever do this. But here's some other Golden Corral things I ever know. When I was a kid, me and my father and my brother, we ended up stopping for Golden Corral for dinner, and then all of a sudden, I ended up throwing up, and I ended up puking. You see, just imagine if you ate a lot, you would end up throw up or getting sick by something. Like, this is how. I don't know. It's very like, I was like, dude, you threw up? What kind of done this every time? Why would you do that? Holy camole. This is rather ironic. Like if you told your girlfriend, dude, you're gonna get sick about that every time you eat restaurant, and your girlfriend would go, dude, shut up. I don't even know. Anyway, so I was out there all the time. One time I didn't do. I know I should have been. Like in Golden Corral, people are starting to understand it. Like if I would have had pizza for lunch and a biscuit, I would have dared about me. Like if I would have made another episode of Sonic and Tails, I would rather go, all right, Tails, we're going to Golden Corral, Sonic. And then Tails will go, oh, boy, I can't wait. No, I would have never done that. Like, if I made a new video where I can try to go to Golden Corral and see my childhood foods, I ended up thinking. Anyway, so before I left the Golden Corral with my family, I saw some bunch of food. There's fish, some other vegetables or pizzas and spaghetti, some anything. Like, if I ever grab spaghetti and I will ask for ketchup, like, if I made a video about me putting ketchup on the, put ketchup on the spaghetti and pizza, the Italians wouldn't like it. And we all know Italians don't like pizza, don't like ketchups and pineapples on pizzas and spaghettis and broken spaghettis. And the one channel I found is Lionsfield, which, if you don't know, is actually a viral video where these two Italians who went up destroyed a bunch of foods because the people from all around the world thinking they're fake Italians and nothing could possibly. That's how. And if you haven't, go follow the Lionsfield channel. I'll also leave a link in the description below. Anyway, so I was at Golden Corral. My mom giving me some carrots and broccoli, but first of all, who on earth can have carrots or broccoli? Like, if I would have had pizza, I would rather pick the pineapple pizza, and I would go, what the hell is this? This is not true. Pineapple does not belong on pizzas. And if I would have done this, like, if I would have grabbed chocolate on the Golden Corral, I wouldn't dared. But in the Golden Corral, there were a bunch of tables and the foods and the claw machines, you know. This is why. So if I would have went to McDonald's, I would rather ask for a Big Mac. You know, like in one video where Ronald McDonald kept ruining restaurants because he likes McDonald's only. Anyway, I'm not going to focus on that. I'll focus on Golden Corral. Anyway, so the Golden Corral is one of the greatest restaurants. Like, when I was a kid, I used to have that. Like, if I would have gone there, I decided to revisit my childhood days in Golden Corral at the restaurant. So, the only ways that between, like, if people went to Golden Corral, they were like, dude, let's go to Golden Corral. Or, hey, babe, you want to go on a date with Golden Corral? And then someone will go, yes. So, yeah, like, if I would have never think about, like, in other things about possibility, like, for example, like if I would have go to IHOP, I will enter it for the first time. Or if I go to Danny's, I would rather have some other breakfast stuff. And if I would ever go there, if I'd rather go to Dunkin' Donuts, I would rather pick one donut. But there's a restaurant called Krispy Kreme, where it's a store that sells donuts. Because in 2021, I chose the favorite donut of all time. The apple donut. You know, it's like a donut with an apple on it. But who on earth can people put apples on donuts? That's not even true. Like how if I would ask for a pink donut with sprinkles, like a Homer Simpson eats it, like in the show, I would have dared about this. Like if I would have never entered restaurants, like if I would have done, think. So if I would have never entered other restaurants like that, if I went to Starbucks, I would rather get a coffee. I would rather burn my tongue, and I will thinking if I would have. I would later ask for a cool You know what? I'm not gonna say coffee. Anyway, so if I would have entered McDonald's, like if I would ask for a cheeseburger, or if I entered KFC, I would ask for Kentucky Fried Chicken. Which, if you don't know what KFC stands for, it stands for Kentucky Fried Chicken. That's not what it doesn't. And no, I'm not even joking. So anyway, I would never done this all the time. I went to KFC a lot, and I loved it. I used to love KFC. And then I entered a Chinese restaurant where I picked something to eat, like rice and sushi and the spaghetti long nails, but I don't feel like eating it. Like, if I would have entered Burger King, I would rather the king would go, "Hardy, it's I, King Burger, the mascot of Burger King." No, this is not going to be true. Like, if I would have go to Panda Express, that would be a great one. I would rather try the Panda Express. It'll be great delicious. Yeah, there are a bunch of restaurants around the world, So, I guess, so maybe one day when I turn 16, maybe, because when I turn 16, I'll, you know what, never, you know what. Anyway, so maybe one day I'll just I'll just drive whatever I want, and I'll go find Golden Corral, and I'll revisit my childhood because I don't want to get sick again. So that's how. So anyway, that's my story about me as a fourth grader back in elementary school loves Golden Corral. So yeah, that's the story. The reason why this because it was the year 2019. So yeah, moral of the story is that if you love restaurants, just go somewhere else. Just if you went to restaurants, just pick healthy stuffs. And you don't know, like if you want something, you know, like chicken and salad, I don't even know. So I guess the moral of the story is that don't be able to do this. So just have fun at restaurants with your family and friends. And also, by the way, I would have never done this because of that. Or maybe that pizza that got me sick about this. So, okay, this is not what the hell. All right, thanks for watching. Bye.